This might be one of the biggest backfires that we have ever seen in Hollywood, and this is completely blowing up in George Clooney's face in a major way that he did not see coming, okay? So George Clooney, as we know, was one of the biggest perpetrators of Biden dropping out of the race and allowing Kamala to be appointed as the candidate for the Democrats, and all of that is now completely backfiring on him in a major way. He is getting completely eaten alive by leftists and Democrats who are very angry at him today. So Democrats rage at George Clooney for pushing Biden out following Trump's blowout victory. It's all his fault. Like, imagine if Hollywood blacklists George Clooney for this. For basically being one of the people that handed Trump the election this year. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Because pretty much everyone knows that Biden probably would have done a better job than Kamala, okay? Kamala was that bad of a candidate. She was so horrifically bad. The worst candidate that we have ever seen run for president. And she was so bad that even zombie Joe Biden probably would have done a better job, probably would have performed better than she did. So George Clooney is being attacked by despairing fans in the wake of Vice President Kamala Harris's humiliating defeat in the 2024 election campaign after the actor demanded President Joe Biden step aside in her favor. And these are probably all people that were probably saying that he was a hero just a few months ago. They're probably like, oh, George Clooney, thank you so much for helping get Kamala in this position. Thank you for the joy and the vibe in the brat summer. Thank you, George Clooney. And now they all want him gone. And I'm not just saying that, okay? There are some of these fans out there that are literally saying that they want George Clooney to disappear for what he did. Talking about eating their own, this is one of the biggest eat their own moments that we have ever seen. Breitbart News reported the Ocean's 11 actor 63 notably penned an op-ed for the New York Times in July where he called on Biden to abandon his presidential campaign, writing, "We are not going to win in November with this president." This isn't only my opinion. This is the opinion of every senator and Congress member and governor who I've spoken with in private. The lifelong Democrat called on the party to find a replacement candidate. He wrote an op-ed for this, and this was one of the biggest deciding factors for Kamala to be put in the position that she was. Clooney later praised an obedient Biden for being selfless when he announced he would be stepping aside on July 21st. Like, literally, he stepped aside just a few days after that op-ed. It was insane. George Clooney, I love Joe Biden, but we need a new nominee. And all of this completely did the fastest 180 that we have ever seen. And this is why we are now getting things like this. So someone bring me George Clooney. We need to have a talk. We need to have a talk. Bring him to me. I would like to take a moment to thank George Clooney for shoving the most incompetent candidate down America's throat to ensure a Trump victory. MAGA. Imagine if this was George Clooney's plan the entire time. Like, if he actually came out and said that, that would be incredible. But of course, we know that's not the case because George Clooney is absolutely a pawn. And you know what? I think we should join in the trolling on George Clooney. Let's all put in the comments, thank you, George Clooney, okay? Because George Clooney... He did it, man. He forced out Biden, and then we got Kamala, and now look at where we're at. So thank you, George Clooney. Everyone put it in the comments. Leave a like on this video for George Clooney. Daily Mail Online says George Clooney is slammed for demanding Joe Biden quit ahead of Donald Trump's election victory. A former George Clooney fan said on X, "I blame George Clooney. He said no more money, and now look. Since I'm in a deep depression and feel like lashing out at someone, what's the plan now, George Clooney?" One social media user typed out, while another simply added, "It's all George Clooney's fault." This is so fantastic. The backlash that George Clooney is facing today is absolutely incredible, and I love it. So with all that being said, let me know what you think about all of this insanity. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.